Environmentally sound stuff as well. This smoke, it's just baby oil, often called something like Ondina, and he is up around 4,000 or 5,000 feet there, and you can hardly see the aircraft, but he's starting his display with a little bit of a difference. So boys and girls, up to you to guess what's coming. I don't think you'll find it too difficult. And of course what you have to remember up there is the wind is much stronger than it is down here, so there's an awful lot of drift. But I think you'll agree, Richard doing his best there to get a slightly lopsided smiley face. Well done.
Well, you can imagine what it's like. It's like putting yourself in a dryer and putting it on max rotation speed. Absolutely extraordinary. Well, it just gets funky and there he is humming along, using all the energy he has got, diving down and making the most of it. Incredibly over the top speed as well. Tremendously heavily modified this aircraft. Originally designed by height, and energy management is something that's also critical. That's all about making use, really, of the height and speed that you have in the aircraft. Now, this level inverted turn is pretty tricky, and he's got to keep that negative G on for quite some while before then pulling out. As I said, rarely going in a straight line. That actually added notable fame to the early development of aerobatics with this particular aircraft. Legacy of international teams, very popular in Britain in the 70s, but also with the national aerobatic team in the United States, who won the World Championships for these back in 1972. But all the various teams that we had, under the likes of Brian Lacombe and the Rothmans and everything, really outstanding performers. So Richard ties together throughout the courses, as you can see, multiple manoeuvres every second of his flying. And this particular aircraft is following aerial entertainment. It isn't your average regular pit special, of course, and you can't just buy this off the shelf. It's had an extensive modification program, and that allows Rich to perform this extraordinary brand of his own personal aerobatics. You can hear the roar of that engine at the heart of the manoeuvres, of course, the power of this 8.5 litre 6-cylinder Lycoming engine, equipped with all the extras and a massive smoke system. And thinking of the environment, have no fears, the majority of smoke used at air shows now is all environmentally friendly stuff. It's a form of a product called Ondina, which is essentially a baby oil. And that is his tower of power. And it keeps going up and up as he rolls and rolls. Now using that power of the prop, going gyroscopic, just literally, they say, hanging onto the prop, and that is what he's doing. And let it slip back now through his own smoke system, and you'll see him emerge out of the bottom of that smoke very shortly. There he is. A real high achiever in the aerobatic genre, and a really committed engineer as well. A fantastic southboard wave as he completes his air show to open up properly this afternoon's fantastic stuff. There you see, just putting a boot in the rudder left and right as well, and just puffing a bit of smoke on and off.
But look up high on the right hand side now, because it's time to get some action, some tumbles and turns, some flips and rolls in the sky. And this is coming to you from Richard Goodwin, not in his muscle biplane, but a new aircraft, the J-Pit, and I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. But it is, of course, a pit special, and the inimitable way that Richard Goodwin does his flying, using all the energy and power available. And while he's using all that height at the moment, he'll come back in with a slightly different arrival. He normally, of course, arrives on the side. Right to get this new aircraft approved, and I think looking absolutely splendid as well in this colour scheme we have here today, and just extraordinary, isn't it? How is this possible? What he's going to do next, he's playing with an American engineer with small jet engines, and he's going to fit these little jet engines to the forward side of the fuselage, close to the engines, just to give him that extra bit of power, so when he goes into the hover, then he ignites the jet engines, and then he just sends himself up another 1,000 feet or so. It's by a lady called Betty Skelton in her little stinker, as she called it, and then of course not just around the world, but in Britain as well, famous teams like the Rothmans and expert pilots like Brian Lacombe really making these aircraft a big marker. Now into that pinwheel manoeuvre, almost a sort of flat spin style, not quite getting it on its edge, but again, a almost He's flying it to its extreme, but spinning a standard training maneuver to ensure that pilots are able to recover an aircraft from any unusual position. And again, throwing it over itself, using the stick and the rudder to...
This is a competition in air show aerobatics, powered by a 6-cylinder, 8.5 litre engine, 300 pretty phenomenal for here. But imagine somebody putting a big brick on the top of you and that brings it heavier, heavier, and heavier. So eventually weighs fine time to your current body weight. That's a lot of power, a lot of pressure. You have to remain strong, fit, and prepared for this sort of flying. That was high performance. Modifications include a new titanium landing gear, new shape cowling and induction system, a high-performance fuel injection, exhaust and side systems as well. Switching it, rolling it, up the top wheel, just hover on one step. A really, really uncomfortable in the washing machine on high spin, and here he is now, just using that residual power that's going down and stopping as the aircraft is turning on a reciprocal basis to that following day.
Position it really ought to be in. As he gets to the top there, you can see he does an awful lot of maneuvers, flicking it and rolling it there as best he can with some pretty... brings the standard aero engine well into the 21st century, and with Formula One technology clearly giving it greatly improved performance. It's also 25 pounds lighter than the engine on his other aircraft, Goodwins, which you have seen, the bright red. It's stronger now pointing it upwards towards the sky, rolling it the other way, and he just let the speed decay and hold it there until he runs out of forward speed altogether, gyroscopically turning the aircraft on what's left of the propeller rotation, and then just letting it tumble back down now through its own smoke, rolling it as he does that, and then the power comes back on again. So, from the right to the left as he comes back over the pier, please, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give him a massive Southboard wave off. Fabulous stuff.
Really uncomfortable now, going into a inhaling exhaust and also incredibly strengthened wings as well. Here he goes again using how to use all of that. He's still got it in sense there to hang on at the top, pulls it over the top, again an unpleasant manoeuvre. And every year this display just gets better and better, faster and faster, a little bit more crazy. Here he is in the middle of the washing machine. Just a dot select stop. Boys, girls, mums, dads, you know what to do. Give him a huge bell. This is Richard Goodwin in the muscle biplane. Fantastic stuff.